Sunday. Oh, you know, we back at it once again here in the Truth Session, where your thoughts really matter. Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Listen, your thoughts really count. We want to thank you once again. Listen, right out the gate, we want to thank you. Right out of the blocks. We want to thank you for being here, always being a part of the Truth Session. We appreciate you dearly. We understand that sometimes it's a pull, it's a push. It's a strive, it's a struggle to set a schedule where you can be here and be a part of us. We understand that. All week we toil, we fight, we persevere, we encounter, we overcome, we tunnel through. We do all those things to get to the weekend just so we can just breathe. That's what I want you to do right now. Just breathe. Listen, it's already all right. We just want you to breathe right now so that you can enjoy the Truth Session today. I'm your very own, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker. That's right, sitting in the seat once again for the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. That is the host with the most. That's right, I'm sitting in the captain's seat. And I don't take this for granted nor lightly, but I appreciate every opportunity I get to be a part of the Truth Session, whether playing the bongos and the congas or just sitting in listening to the one. But you better believe right now that you are listening to the sounds on sounds. So I'm my very own, the Prince of Peace. That's right, you just heard the chime from, that's right, it's Jordan Kafira, the baby bird as we call it. Oh my goodness. Shortly you will be hearing from, that's right, Katie Royal Rain, Songbird Katie. That's right, the other half of the Prince of Peace. Listen, you know and I know and we know together that they crunk clown, they break it on down when you hear the sounds on sound. Listen, I guess I'm a poet that didn't know it. Hello, somebody. That's right, we greet you. We greet you today by saying Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum. In Hotep, Amaragani, Amani Kaka, Amani Dada, Ola, Bonjour, Konnichiwa. What's going on, family? What's going on? Yeah, we back at it once again. We want you to sit back, relax, breathe deeply, enjoy the information. We're going to be dealing with it once again. The effects. AFFECT, S, the effects or the influence of quantum principles on the DNA and the RNA. This is part 2. Oh yeah. Come on, listen just for a quick second. Listen, I'm not going to be before you long. I want to drop some details on you, enlighten us, cause us to go to the next level of who we are, what we've been called to do, what we love to do. Come on, somebody. Yeah, here we go. Just listen in for just a second. They just want to bring you in. Bring you into the fold. Bring you into the Truth Session. Bring you into the studio. Nothing like being here. Oh, yeah. This is the Truth Session. Come on. This is the Truth Session. Come on. on, come on. Come on, family. Yes, come on. Yes, sir. Come on, Chris, please. Yes. Yes, sir. Come on. Oh, yes, indeed. Listen, I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. I just want to stop by a few minutes just to give you a little bit of what I've been thinking about, what I've been contemplating, what I've been feeling, what has been developing in me. Yeah, that thing that's been itching for a scratch, and that's the quantum principles. As the one said, you entered the truth session with me, back popular demand. That's right, you're one and only, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker. I see you in the house, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. I see you, yes. Queen Stephanie, head of the Mod Squad. Always good to see your face in the place. As you see, she's putting out the information for us to keep the timeline rolling on like the one. That's right. And also, thank you to our YouTube listeners and followers. We appreciate you as well. You'll see that information out there if you want to chime in or dial in to the truth session via YouTube. You can do that. That information is on the timeline. Wow. Before we jumpstart this, listen, I want to say also that the one has really been dialing it up. He has been turning it up. Wind Down Wednesday. That's right. Wind Down Wednesday has been off the charts, off the chain, off the cloud, off the cup, off the roof, off the Richter scale. That's right. Grown folk conversation. That's what it needs to be. See, we're talking about some very powerful things, what people are not generally talking about or going in depth with because they have a reputation to keep. And we understand you may be in certain arenas where you really can't verbally or even contextually drop those things on the timeline, but you discreetly give your input and your opinion. And those count as well. We understand that. But thank you for being a part of it because it's also connected to us where the one really just takes it down a little bit and listen, give us therapy with the sip. That's right. Therapy with the sip. Man, let's get into this. I'm not going to be before you long. I just want to drop this information in your heart and your hearing. I see you, Queen Octavia. Yes, indeed. Atlanta, the ATL is in the house. Thank you for the hearts. Queen Stephanie, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a part of it and your due diligence. Let's drop this real quickly. I see you, KD Royal Reign, in the house, of course. Watching us participating, making it do what it do. Thank you for the wonderful, awesome, tasty, nectar by KD. Oh, you'll be seeing it in a minute. You better ask somebody. Here we go. Talking about the effects. Not the effects, not the results. EFFECT. That represents the results. I want to talk about AFFECT, the effects or the influence that quantum principles have on our DNA and RNA. Well, I think we need to define DNA and RNA first before we can talk about any effects upon it. Watch what the National Human Genome Research Institute says about DNA and RNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid, of course abbreviated DNA, is a molecule that carries genetic information. That's right, our genetic information for the development and functioning of an organism or our organism. DNA is made up of two linked strands that wind around each other that resemble a twisted ladder or the double helix. A shape known as, yes, a double helix. Each strand has a backbone made of alternating sugar or the deoxyribose and phosphate groups. That's our DNA. The RNA, watch this. The ribonucleic acid, abbreviated RNA, is a nucleic acid that's present in all living organisms. Did y'all hear that? Living organisms. Which means you should be striving to live every day. Not just a physical life, but a mental, emotional, and spiritual life. You should be seeking to live because everything, as we learned from the one so long ago, that everything seeks to live, even death seeks to live. It has to live out its purpose. So it's seeking to live. It's just sometimes we don't seek to live at the capacity, at the volume we could be living in. So it's present in all living cells that has structural similarities to DNA. Now, unlike DNA, however, RNA is most often single strand. So let's just take a quick look at this. And I'm going to quickly draw this because I want you to get just that, a drawing. Just so you can kind of see what we're working with, what we're talking about, what we're dealing with. All right? Make sure I got this position properly, maybe just over a little bit so I can be in the camera as I demonstrate. Now, again, I'm not going to be before you long, but I just want to drop something in your hearing and in your spirit. Talking about the DNA and RNA, so there's a difference in the two. All right, we see our RNA and our DNA. And as we just mentioned, our DNA has the double strand, RNA single strand. So let's look at this. Put a little color to it here. Just a little bit, just to give us a little flavor. Can I take my time with this? Is that all right? Now these aren't the exact colors that they use sometimes within the diagram, but just for grammatical purposes, I'm just showing you this. Just give me a moment here. Yeah, that's all right. Sometimes we need to get a drawing. Oh yeah. I know you feel that. Oh, it's heating up in here. I'm almost done with you. I want to give you just a little bit of drawing. Yeah. How many know sometimes we just need a drawing? The whole thing, the whole premise is to give you a drawing so that you can see how things develop. Oh yeah. Just put a little color to it, put it in your eye gate, put it in your ear gate. Hello, somebody. Yeah. So here we go. We got our double helix in our single strand, which is our RNA. So now, let me just go back. Woo. Gratitude, the one. I see you. Yes, sir. I see the comment. So when we transition, does our RNA and our DNA disappear? When we transition, you have to recall that we are going back into everything, our spirit form. So our spirit form, of course, takes on a different structure. You have to see that we are spirit beings trying to learn how to master living in this flesh or this knee flesh. So we have a different tabernacle. We have an earthly tabernacle. But if this earthly housing or tabernacle is dissolved, you'll see that we are spirit beings, pure thought, pure energy, which does not have a natural RNA and DNA strand. So now we go back into our spirit form, raw power, energy. Look at this. DNA, again, it's the molecule that carries genetic information for the development and functioning of an organism. Double strand, double helix, right? Our RNA, ribonucleic acid, is a nucleic acid present in all living cells that has similar structural makeup like DNA. Watch this. However, unlike DNA, RNA is often single-stranded. And our molecule has a backbone made of alternating phosphates and the sugar ribose. So we see the alternating phosphates and sugars, right? Now, we're talking about the effects of quantum principles on RNA and DNA. That's from National Human Genome Research Institute. Watch this. I want to jump to one thing. I had it actually going into a little later on, but I think it's very befitting now that we have the diagram up. Watch this. Oh my goodness. You should know by now that information is what I love to demonstrate, what I love to see and feel and hear. So one of the things we talked about was quantum entanglement. How many of you recall that? How in a different location we can affect things, have it set up for our future advancement, where we're already causing things to transpire, right? So that's one of the effects that the quantum principles have on RNA and DNA. Well, how does that work? Well, let me give you a drawing. Figuratively speaking, man, when I began to research this and study this and meditate upon it, man, it blew my mind. double helix. In this strand here, and in this strand, there's development and redevelopment going on. There's development and redevelopment going on. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but I want to show you this. There are times when our DNA is being repaired. Guess what happens? Woo, it is powerful. I'm talking about the effects of quantum principles on RNA and DNA. So, just like quantum entanglement takes place in other localities, it happens in our DNA strand, our RNA strand. So, there are times when a part of this double helix needs to be repaired. Guess what happens? This particular part of the DNA actually sends energy, oh my goodness, or actually affects change in this particular one. So it causes a repair. It repairs the breach. Wow. Look at this. Man, this is deep. Under this MIT report, the gist.com, it says a new theoretical model suggests that quantum entanglement prevents the molecules of life from breaking apart. So, in instances when we could fall sick or victim to certain things or diseases, guess what happens? Based on quantum entanglement, a part of this sends energy and fixes the other part that's trying to break apart, that's trying to detach. Fixing it in another location. Oh, hello, somebody. We're talking about the quantum effects on your RNA and DNA. Watch this. I'm just taking my time. It says, since then, the discipline of quantum biology has emerged as one of the most exciting new fields in science. Quantum biology. It's beginning to look as if quantum effects are crucial, watch this, in a number of biological processes, such as even photosynthesis. See, things are beginning to develop and to come to light when it comes to quantum principles, where before it appears to be something spooky, something that has no effect or has no importance, because everything was touted regarding what? Classical physics. Now, quantum physics and quantum mechanics is starting to come alive. And see, the one I've been talking about this for a long time. We've been projecting this. We've been giving clues and breadcrumbs, putting you up on free game for a long time. Now, it's time for it to develop. And we're developing these principles and showing you that, listen, they play a major part in our lives. Oh, my goodness. Watch this. From MIT Technology Review. It says a new group of physicists say that the weird laws of quantum mechanics may be more important to life than biologists could ever have imagined. Yeah, they're starting to see that these quantum principles and quantum laws are more important than you could ever imagine. Their new ideas is that DNA is held together. Hold on. See, I've been talking about this now. I'm going to read what other physicists have said. Their new ideas is that DNA is held together by quantum entanglement. Oh, hello, somebody. Our DNA is held together by quantum entanglement. In other words, listen, different parts of our bodies come together to cause us to be healed. Listen, if you recall some time ago, it's been a while, the one has been talking about this, how if there's one part of your body that has an ailment or a deficiency, things will temporarily shut down for just a second to send energy or blood or healing to that area to cause it to be healed. Boy, that's quantum entanglement. It will stop and give audience to that part that needs healing, that needs energy, that needs its cells repaired. Sometimes that's what you have to do. Stop and give audience to that part of you. That part of your self, the part of yourself that needs repairing. You got to stop and give audience to it. To repair the breach. Watch what it says. Entanglement is that weird quantum process in which a single wave function, wait a minute, does it look like a wave function? Describe two separate objects. When this happens, the objects effectively share the same existence, no matter how far apart they might be. Wait a minute. So let's talk about this. We're talking about sharing things that are far apart. So now you have to go to the chemical bonding. Chemical bonding and reactions. Watch this. Electron behavior. Bonding stability. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about energy shells and energy shells. I just want to leave this up here. This diagram is doing something for me too. I'm going to leave this up here. I'm just going to put a couple energy shells in chemistry. You know how we've had those energy shells in chemistry? How we may have an electron here. Oh yeah. Maybe one sitting in this area. Maybe another one over here. Yeah. So we have these bonds. And when you're talking about covalent bonding is a sharing. Let me go there. Covalent bonding. A bond formed by sharing electrons between two atoms due to the overlap of their atomic orbitals. So as they're orbiting, and as they jump from energy shell to energy shell, guess what they do? They share electrons. But watch this, in ionic bonding is formed by a complete transfer of electrons from one atom to another. It's a transference of energy. I'm transferring energy to you, you're transferring it to me. I'm sending quantum entanglement somewhere else, you're sending it back to me. So now, as the song said, the love we share, it stays on my mind. You staying on my mind, I'm staying on your mind. I'm sending you quantum energy. I am ionically bonding with you. I want you to be healed. I want you to be delivered. I want you to be made whole. So I'm sending some ionic bonding, some ionic energy, some electrons. So this one representing a sharing of electrons. So if I draw this entire figure again, but I want to take, and I'll draw it in here. I got to put it in between this double helix. So instead, what I want to do with ionic bonding is take an electron and I want to send it somewhere else. Oh yeah. So I want to send it to bond somewhere else. I want to send this energy. I want it to bond somewhere. I'm sending total energy, not a piece of it, not sharing it so we can develop together. There are times we just need to send those electrons somewhere else so that we can bond. I want to send it to this energy shell. So I'm sending energy, sending electrons, sending power, sending my thoughts, sending grace, charisma, charis. In the Greek, that's right, favor. I'm sending that energy to you. We're not in a proximity where we're sharing that energy. I can send it directly to you. Like the energy that I'm carrying right now. Right now, I'm sharing it. But there are times we need an individual joke. So now I send this joke to you, this ionic bonding. We're bonding. The ionic process. Watch this. The ionic bonding from outer shell electrons. What happens is, oftentimes they will lose electrons to become what that other principle is, what needs to happen. In other words, you receive some energy so you can become exactly what you need to become. So what I send you becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of you. Now it's got the power and the energy on it. So it becomes, here it is. I'm sending energy to you so that you become who you need to become. But this doesn't stay a part of this one. Actually, the energy I send you turns into who you are. It becomes who you are. It's not covalently bonding with you. It's ionically bonding with you. So watch this. Sometimes you have to lose electrons. You have to lose negatively charged particles. Oh, hello, somebody. Electrons are negatively charged particles, right? Sometimes you have to lose negative people and go bond, proton, positively bond with someone else. See, sometimes you got to lose negative people. Gain some protons, power, positively charged particles, protons. There are times to become who we are, we've got to let go of negativity. You've got to separate yourself. We're talking quantum principles affecting our DNA and RNA. Wow. How many of you know that you have to leave some negative people sometimes? There are times that you can't help certain negative people because everything that you say to them positively, they're going to grab it and turn it around. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, you'll be wasting your time and your energy. Hello. So listen, if you're with me right now, let's stop for a moment. Listen, I want to know. If you're with me right now, come on, put a one on the timeline. I want you to get it. I want us to be on the same page. Reading from the same book, from the same chapter. Hello, somebody. If you're with me, put a one on the timeline. Let me see if I can beat somebody. Oh, wait a minute. Queen Octavia already beat me in the one. Okay, we still won. We're still bonding, so you put a one out there, see, I just proved it. We're still one. We're still sharing electrons. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we're still one. I want us to be on the same page. Reading from the same paragraph. From the same section. From the same chapter. From the same book. Oh, my goodness. I'm almost done with you. I got a little bit more. Yeah. Come on, just breathe. Somebody say just breathe. Hashtag just breathe. While you're breathing, listen, let me take a station identification break with this beautiful nectar that our very own KD Royal Rain, put together for me. Here we go. can't get out of here too soon. Look at this, my goodness. I got to go back up. I just want to talk to you while you talk to me. Watch this. Gratitude, Master Teacher, for showing us what it looks like. Gratitude to you, the one. Look what he said here. We rewrite on the epigenetics and live within others. Man, that's powerful. Our epigenetic inheritance. We rewrite. We rewrite on epigenetics and live within others. That is absolutely categorically correct. Pound or hashtag energy, hashtag DNA, hashtag RNA. I see you, the one. More than one place at a time. Yes, indeed. Queen Octavia says, I might not have been clear, he emphasized that that is what is in living things. Absolutely. I just assumed something happened when one transitioned. Yes, indeed. Hashtag comes to life. Wow. The one said hashtag comes to life. That's right. That's what it's all about, coming to life. The one also says, yes, the energy is transferred, Queen, into the genes and others that hasn't yet been written on. Boy, that's deep. That's right. The energy is being transferred into genes and others that has not been written on. Our epigenetic inheritance. That's right, Queen, I tell you, quantum entanglement, a sophisticated orchestra. Listen, I'm telling you, it's singing, it's playing the noise, the organized noise, the chimes, music, that's right. The keyboard, this symphonic, melodic sound. It's an orchestra. You're giving understanding, understanding to what the church cannot. Gratitude, the one. Hashtag sharing is caring. Hello, somebody. Thank you for breaking it down. Gratitude, Queen, I tell you. Drop some neutrons. Yes, indeed. Our very own Tracy Love is in the house. Hashtag just breathe. You understand me? Pound. Or hashtag just breathe. That's the one. Up in here. Just breathe. Just breathe. Listen, this might be the best time for you to stop for a moment and listen. Share your currency, your donation, your finances with us to help build. That's right. Hashtag just build. Hashtag just build. Come on, somebody. Hashtag just build. That's what we're seeking to do, to just build here. That method of donating is out there. That was placed out there by our very own Queen Stephanie. Oh, let's go. Let's go. This. I want to show you something. One of the things I talked about the last truth session dealing with quantum principles and RNA and DNA, as I showed you where the repairing takes place. I talked about it last week. Now I'm going to demonstrate it and show you graphically. One of the principles I dealt with outside of chemical bonding and reactions was quantum tunneling in mutation. And we talked about how protons and electrons tunnel, right? Quantum tunneling occurs when particles pass through energy barriers that normally wouldn't overcome classically. classical physics. Watch this. In the context of DNA and RNA, this can lead to spontaneous mutation. That's when protons tunnel through atoms in a nucleide base. So it's tunneling through, but watch what happens when it tunnels through. Oh man, this is powerful. And the reason I know it because we did this measure of tunneling and repairing when I was a mechanical engineer, or I'm still a mechanical engineer, but when I worked in the profession before I began teaching. Watch this. Connecting tunneling in quantum physics and classical physics. Watch this graphical representation. Yeah. I'm almost done with you. Oh yeah. Here we go. Listen, watch this. First, I want to talk about how acceleration and momentum come into play. When it comes to energy and momentum, angular momentum, and speed and acceleration, you have to realize that gravity comes into play. Now, from a classical standpoint, here's what happens with electrons when repairing tries to happen. You see these blocks that I've shown here in this diagram? In classical physics, this is like individuals carrying blocks of weight up a hill. So going up the hill, as we see, we know that gravity is pulling on this object, or on you as well, tries to pull you back down to earth. So it makes climbing the hill more strenuous. You have to put to more strength. But watch this. You climbing up top, it's like classical physics, and I'm giving you an analogy. The difference between classical physics and quantum physics. Climbing up the hill, trying to repair ourselves. This is classical thought. Once we get up here, guess what happens? Now gravity is pushing us down. We're no longer pulling, we're pushing. So now we're pushing us down. Guess what? When we get to this lowest point, we begin to accelerate. So coming here, the acceleration happens here. We'll get to a point where we stop accelerating. It just represents speed. It just represents speed. Maintaining speed. But now, gravity is pulling on us, and you can also see this representing our double helix, our DNA. Repair is trying to happen, right? We're trying to repair our lives, and I'm juxtaposing this, right? We're trying to repair our lives. We're trying to get healed. We're doing various things to get healed. And if we view it from a classical standpoint, we work harder because tradition and old teachings have taught us to do it the hard way, because that appears that we're working, we're doing something. Listen, we have to suffer to show that we're prosperous. That's the religious way of thinking, where if I suffer, if I'm going through all the time, then I'm righteous. And righteousness only means doing things the right way, not some religious pious act. or disposition. So sometimes our repairing happens through this tough process to come out on the other side. That's classical physics. But let me show you the quantum principles in effect with tunneling that we use on our RNA and DNA. Oh yeah, boy, this is good to me. Hello, somebody. Here's what quantum physics tell us. We can come in through here and come out. This represents quantum tunneling. This is quantum tunneling. So quantum tunneling also connects to what? Repairing. Repairing. I'm trying to come out on the other side. And as I showed you how with quantum entanglement takes place where that double helix, one part of it is actually repairing the other part. Here's where engineering comes in. I was telling you when I was an engineer or functioning as an engineer. As we tunnel through, we're actually repairing what's at the back of us. So it's like punching a hole through something. Notice when you punch a hole through something, the initial part that was flat actually goes in, right? But when it comes to repairing your DNA, as it punches and goes through, it starts to close it and heal it. In engineering, oh my goodness. And see, I can speak on this because when we begin to retrofit and put things in place, and we were boring through, using these devices to bore through certain things, to slide pipe through, guess what we did? We sealed up the holes. Even when we're using lake water and ocean water to build things, guess what? They have these powerful devices that actually bore through and it repairs it so that water does not get through, doesn't force its way through. You have to see at aquariums, the Shed Aquarium in Chicago and other places that use lake water and ocean water and different things because they have animals there, right? They have fish there and whales and dolphins. They can't use regular water. What they do is tunnel through and bore through, but as they cut through, guess what it does? It repairs it. As quantum tunneling takes place in your life, or when your DNA is trying to be affected, man, as you understand the quantum principles, understand what's happening to you, guess what it does? It starts to repair the breach. As you cut through to get to the other side of you, as you're going through, hello somebody, as you're going through, recognize that you're only being repaired, that you don't have to stay broken. When you're going through those tough times, when you're tunneling through those tough times, as you cut through, they begin to close. But watch this. Also, as I studied, I found that when it's going through, you see these spiraling acts. Those are waves. Oh my goodness, those are waves. Guess what's happening? Constructive interference is taking place. Woo! Constructive interference. Notice I have these waves working together, right? You don't see one off to the side and creating its own pattern. It's working with the original pattern, causing constructive interference to take place, not destructive interference. These are all quantum principles that are causing us to be healed, to be made whole. My last piece, and we're going to get out of here. My last piece. Yeah. Go ahead and breathe. Come on. Come on, if you're with me, say I'm breathing. If you're with me, say I'm just breathing. Oh my goodness, I'm just breathing. I see you, the one. Now you're cooking with Grease master teacher. Come on here, let me put a heart on that one. See, he gave me that one. I got all my students saying it. I see you, Queen Octavia, that music is so befitting. Listen, that's the Prince of Peace. What can I say? Gratitude. Queen Octavia said, I donated. Gratitude for your donations. Donate, family. The one is saying donate, family. Come on here. The one donated. Gratitude. The one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. He said, hashtag just build. Yes, indeed. Our very own Tracy Love. Hashtag just breathe. Queen Octavia says, breathing clearly over here. Come on here. I'm just breathing. Listen, I'm just breathing too. I guess I better tell myself I'm just breathing too. Let me put mine out here before we get out here. I'm just breathing. I'm just breathing. You'll see that under the teacher will appear. Listen, the old African proverb, when the students are ready, the teacher will appear. My last piece, and we're gonna take it on home. Yeah. Take it on home. Concepts of bonding. Concepts of bonding. Concepts of tunneling. Concepts of repairing the breach. Concepts of uncertainty. Concepts of decision making. Watch this. While quantum calculations can be predicted and can predict bond strength, you hear that? Bond strength. And molecular geometry, yeah, the measure of for graphically demonstrating and interpreting these mechanisms of bonding can still be challenging, but we describe them in everyday life with these limitations and complexities. I want to put this last diagram right in your eye gates, and I'm going to show you that all along, innately, we were bonding. We were connecting quantum principles. We were healing and repairing our DNA and didn't know it. Now it's time for an understanding. Boy, I love this diagram here. Carrying weight the old-fashioned way. But now I can quantum tunnel. I can bore through to get to the other side of who I am. I think I'm going to leave this up too. Watch this. Quantum blue. Y'all know we talked about this some time ago. Quantum blue. Now, you all see these electrons and molecule bonding. Yeah. That's an ethylene bonding. Watch this. Look at it. Come on, I want you to see this. It's a bonding take place. We were talking about ionic bonding, covalent bonding, and how we bond with one another, how we repair our breach when we bond with one another. See, I don't have it all. So I look for people that I'm supposed to bond with, that's supposed to give me energy. I'm looking for mine every day. But wait a minute. How many of you as kids, or even as adults that had children during a birthday party or some special occasion, or you were just creative and you took some balloons. You took those thin balloons, those long balloons, you blew them up, and you started putting them together, making them look like animals. Oh, come on, somebody. Yeah, I know you. I did it too. Where I took balloons and I twisted them together, made a little pattern, We created animals. We created shapes. Guess what we were doing? Creating bonds. We were creating bonds in our lives. We were already tapping into quantum bonding, repairing our DNA, repairing our RNA. I know you see it. We used to create that with those little balloons, those little thin, long balloons, where we blew them up and we started hooking them together, making animals. Yeah. Watch what it says. The shape of this hybrid orbitals and the structure of the ethylene molecule. The bond is formed by the overlap of atomic cells. Boy, how atomic are we? How powerful are we? And the bond is formed by the overlap of other energy shells, other orbitals. The structure is resistant to twisting around the carbon-carbon bond. We've been talking about carbon. Filled full of carbon, yeah. So we've been making those balloons, twisting and binding carbon together. 666. Carbon, carbon, carbon. We've been given spookism. Carbon bonding. We've been bonding and twisting and twirling and twining for a long time. Bonding. Full of carbon. Bonding. Taking my carbon bonding and bonding with you. Creating a molecular structure that works. A molecular structure that heals. Every time we bond with someone who's like-minded, who prepares every opportunity, who takes advantage of every opportunity to grow with you, to love on you, to repair with you, to cause healing, to sow into you. That's what's happening when you sow to the truth session. You're creating bonds. You're creating ionic bonding. You're creating covalent bonding. You're repairing the breach where we have to sow and give out to someone else to help them in need. That's what you're doing. You're repairing the breach. You're repairing that breach that we opened up to sow to somebody else. That's why your quantum bonding and your quantum gifts are so important, because they're repairing the breach. They're repairing our DNA structures. They're rewriting on us. When we're giving out energy. We're giving out a part of us. When you donate to us, you're repairing the breach. Not only are you repairing the breach, you're not allowing anything to breach the barrier. You've seen the notched battlemen. You've seen that in war times, in medieval times, how they have those big doors, those sliding doors. And the enemy cannot breach that structure, that barrier, that block. That's what you're doing for us. Oh, come on, somebody. What's going on? Demetrius Hill, I see you. Greetings. Listen. In the beginning, he created atom. I see you, the one. In the beginning, he created atom, not atom. Not A-D. Not atom. A-T, atom. That's the atom I was talking about, the carbon connection. When we bond, so we can release oxytocin, that love drug. I see you, the one. That's what we do when we bond. We release that oxytocin. You love on me, I love on you. Listen. If you've been loved on today, before we get out of here, put a 1 on the timeline. Let me know that you are with us. You're with me. Put a 1 on the timeline. If you bonded with us with your donation, let us know so we can shout you out. Thank you for our anonymous donors. Yeah, we have some anonymous donors. They may not be physically in the house right here with us, but guess what? They're watching. Because I'm always getting messages saying, I watched the feed, I was here doing this, I couldn't directly participate. The ones getting the same thing, Prince of Peace. All of us are getting these notifications that those who are a part of us are watching. But maybe preoccupied doing something else, but they're watching. Even those who go back later and enjoy the feed. Thank you. And listen, this one ought to hold you. This one ought to connect you quantumly. So I will quantumly tell you, hold what you got. Muse over it. Let me say that again. Hold what you got. I like what it once said. Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder over it. One more time. I need you to hold what you got. Hold on. I need you to hold on. Come on, somebody, hold on. I just for a few minutes. I just want a couple of minutes. I just want you to hold on. Hold what you got. Come on, hold on. Help is on the way. Just hold on. Don't give up. Just hold on. Woo! Hold on, family. Come on, hold on, family. Oh, your holding is not in vain. I just need you to stay in that vein of holding on. Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder over it. Thank you, Tracy Love, for your donation. Yeah. Listen, I want you to know on next Saturday, we won't be in session. Listen, I ask and solicit your prayers, your positive energy in this time of mourning and sorrow for my family and I. My younger brother, my youngest brother, my baby brother transitioned a few days ago. Found unresponsive. And he transitioned. So the family needs your energy to say, hold on. Mama needs your energy to say, hold on, hold on. Yeah. You know how it is when the baby boy transitions. You know how that's hard on mama. This week, come on. We need you to tell us to hold on. While you're holding on, come on out and wind down Wednesday and hold on with us. Thank you, Queen Octavia, for your condolences. We'll keep you posted with the next time we'll come into your hearings. You know, being in the place, keeping you posted. Listen, you've been hit by, you've been struck by the truth session. And I say it to you one more time. Hold what you got. Muse over it. Concentrate upon it. Ponder over it. But by all means, govern yourselves accordingly. Until next time, Shalom Alaikum.